Sexual strategies. Have you ever thought why men's and women's sexual strategies are so different? Why men want sex and women want love? Why there are no books teaching women how to get one-night stands? Why women complain about men not loving them enough, but refusing to make love? If you've ever been frustrated with the opposite gender, I feel for you. I've been there, too. In fact, for nearly 2 decades of my life I was completely clueless on what was going on between men and women, with disastrous results. Then I decided I'd had enough and I wanted to learn what the other gender was really looking for and how one could master that. In short, I wanted to know what makes men and women tick. This is what I learned and what every man and woman must know. Our sexual strategies are deeply imprinted in our subconscious. We cannot change what is there. We cannot choose whom we feel attracted to. We just feel it. Why? Because, from Mother Nature's point of view, the purpose of life is life itself. It's procreation. In other words, to keep the human race thriving, men and women should have sex and have children. To make men and women have sex, Mother Nature created a mechanism, which drives males and females towards one another. This mechanism is what we routinely call love, or attraction. Attraction is actually a cocktail of certain hormones generated in our bodies in the presence of someone who appears to be good genes, in other words, a person of the opposite gender who seems to have the capacity of producing a healthy offspring that will survive. Those hormones make us feel euphoric and excited, and we feel an enormous urge to get in close contact with the person we are attracted to. This is really what love is all about. It's just the means of making us have sex with each other and make babies. All those poems about the wonders of love are written about the condition of a human being under the influence of a powerful mix of natural drugs. And yes, it hits high. Anyone who's been in love can confirm that. The thing you must understand is that this process is completely uncontrollable. We cannot choose who we fall in love with. This is because the purpose of procreation is so important that Mother Nature cannot rely on our recently developed intellectual capacities to make the right choice. Instead, it uses the wisdom of generations before us to make the choice for us. The mechanism of sexual attraction is firmly imprinted in our genetic memory. We are attracted to certain patterns of behavior and physical characteristics. When we come across those patterns in real life, we feel attraction to this person, and we cannot help it. With all advances in modern science and birth control, we still have the same biological hardware as our prehistorical ancestors. Scientists say that we have the same bodies as our forebears some 50,000 years ago. It means that when you fall in love, or lust, you do it the same way as cavemen and cavewomen did. You simply feel it. You cannot convince yourself to fall in love. You either feel it, or not. So, why men and women use such different sexual strategies? Why men want sex and women want love? Because men and women are different. Not better or worse, but different. A man can produce a child every time he has sex, and a woman can only produce a child only every second year or so. So for a man, there are no adverse consequences for having sex with as many women as he wants. The more children he produces, the higher his chance to procreate. For a woman, it's different. She needs to be selective to secure the best genes for her child. If she makes a wrong choice and falls pregnant from a man with bad genes, her offspring may not survive into adulthood. And she can only produce about 10 children during her lifetime. This is why men's and women's sexual strategies are so different. Men seek quantity. Women seek quality. Men seek abundance of sex, women, abundance of admirers. This is absolutely natural. This is the reason why you are here today and alive, because your ancestors, men and women, acted true to their natural aspirations. Millions of dead ends of your species vanished into oblivion, and every single one of your ancestors managed to find a sexual partner and produce an offspring that survived into adulthood. If your female ancestors weren't picky, you wouldn't be here today. If your male ancestors weren't trying to get laid at every opportunity, you might as well never be born. Stop whining about the tricks of the opposite gender. The battle of the sexes is the battle for the survival of humanity. We are made this way. Accept it. And learn to use it to your advantage. Copyright, C. 2006 Elena Solomon, author of 12 Simple Rules, www.12simplerules.com. Publishing Guidelines. You have permission to publish this article in its entirety, electronically or in print, at no charge, as long as the bylines and the resource box at the end are included. You must make all links active. You can replace the links to 12 Simple Rules website by your affiliate links.